a daisy.
So here we go. We're kind of underway already. Starting thing. Just got an email the course syllabus for the Gleim course. I modified a bit to remove personal details of people, so that shouldn't be a problem. Just to give you an idea of the kind of things, the layout and the structure. This is going to be different for you. So don't worry about the class hours. I'll be talking about the different program here, Gleim. I did the Jepson one before. I will be going over the Gleim product later. So immediately, it's only 16 weeks worth of courses, and you're like, ah. So you got to do all these lessons on the online program, plus the study and prep on there. And again, it goes over everything that you need to know about the course. Just like with the maths syllabus, it's important to read. It shows you how to prepare and structure your time. You need to go over everything. This section, it tells you what you need, other materials besides the bookstores. Depending where you're doing your course, it will tell you what to get, where to get it. It tells you we need the F8R, the New York sectional chart, and we got all of that from the kit. We got the private pilot oral test guide, which we got, and there's a syllabus and testing supplement. I don't think we got that. I think. See, this is where it says we're expected to purchase the textbook, online course, and all other requirements materials prior to the first week of class, which is what I've been trying to tell people. You need to have some sort of calculator. You don't allow cell phones in to be used as calculator. And this college gave a 20% discount off getting this product, which is cool, and I got it. It shows you the course structure of the grading system, and it shows you basically how you get the 100%. It explains this is the important part. Final course grade, part 141 courses. The minimum passing grade for course completion in any of those subjects that goes from private to instrument, flight, and ground courses. Will be a final minimum grade average of 70%, which is a C, and successful completion of each stage exam and the end of course exam as outlined in the FAA approved training syllabus. The FAA approved curriculum requires that each stage exam and the end of course exam be successfully completed with a minimum score of 80%. So you need to have an average of a C, but to pass the courses, the exam, you need to get a score of 80. But as long as your average is above a C, you're fine. The first exam score on each stage exam and the end of course exam is used to meet the passing grade of 70%. So whatever you get the very first time is what's going to count. So you got to be careful. The Jepson chapter exams, each of the ground lessons, that's what I showed you before, in the online Jepson course has an accompanying GL exam, ground lesson. This exam must be passed with an 80% or higher and can be taken as many times as necessary to achieve a score or 80 or above. However, the result of your first attempt will be recorded for the purposes of computing the course grade. So again, you may take it more than once to get it passed, but it takes the first, it doesn't take the higher grade. The deadline to complete the Jepson chapter exams is the date on the associated stage exam. Any Jepson JL chapter exams not completed prior to the stage exam will be given a grade of 0. So you gotta do all of these and do all of the above sections before you get to the stage exam. So the first stage exam is February the 27th, week 6. So we gotta have all of this done, completed before then. Otherwise, you get a 0 in all of these, which if you do, you might as well pack your bags and wait until the fall to repeat. This is the section that I remember the instructor saying this goes by how many questions that you can tell the program to ask you, and you can modify it to basically, it tells you the homework sections and it tells you what the numbers correspond with, and then basically how many questions that you should be asking yourself and so forth. Minimum score for the homework session 80% and review 80%. And you've got to pay for the written exam yourself, which is $300. So it's important that you take note of this. ASA 111 students will be expected to take the FAA written exam within 2 weeks after successfully completing the Jepson end of course final exam. So from May 7th, I got to take the written exam. This is pretty much standardatory. No, basically you can't record or use any video recording inside of classrooms, which I wasn't planning to anyway. Weather, emergency, basically follow your own place of locations for emergencies. And since we're in a airport or a hangar, if there's any lockdown procedures, then we got something much more serious than high school shooting. It's a freaking airport shooting, so you don't need to worry about that too much. But by all means, get familiar with the syllabus. So then the other program, the Gleim, this is basically another version of Jepson, just a different company. You can do resources, you can do training students and stuff like that. I saw that they do like a simulated training through X-Plane, which flight training courses, which I must admit piques my curiosity, but it doesn't seem all that reliable to me. But yeah, I mean, by all means, check. You can do demos. You can click on this, and it tells you through all the process, and you can either follow Gleim's syllabus to teach just that and pass it, or it's best to follow the school's examples, and you can do it like that. So you need to make a shopping for the product and pay for it and so on. So you click on the shop. We're doing private pilot, so you would go, where are we? Pilot supplies. Online courses. You want test prep. So you could do the ground course. And we're doing the private pilot. So we want the test prep online. And with the 20% off from your school, you can pay $47.96, or you pay the full price of $59.95. And you can do the same for sport, instruments, stuff like that. And then once you have that, you go and cash out. If you want to try it before you buy it, there's a demo that you can download. You can do the online ground course, or you can do the actual course. But once you've picked it up, you can go here into your dashboard and click on go to course. And here it tells you how long you have. Hopefully I'm done with this by January 12th, but yes, you get 12 months. You get an ebook. You create a study session, what to practice, and that's where you got to know the number of questions to ask and stuff like that. You can create a test session. You set what exams you're looking through, so you can do the study, then you can basically test yourself. This is really not too hard. Like, this is really simple. It's nothing too complicated compared to everything else. So yeah, that's basically it. So I got the syllabus. I basically did this video just to slow myself down a bit because I got excited and I really want to start getting on the ground course and going the way, but that's when I'm going to make the most mistakes because I'm too excited and like tap on the brakes a bit. Kind of like when you pass your driving test, they don't allow you to drive home. They make sure you have someone with you to drive you home after you pass your driving test because you're all excited and happy and giddy. Kind of like that. So, alright, so that's it. Basically, it's nice, short, and simple. Adios.
You can teach monkeys to fly better than that.